Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall is 10:30 on whatever night of the week it is. Back with a few for tomorrow. I'll be in bed shortly. Body from the hips up to the aching a bit. Had the long 4-foot hedge clippers in me paws all day today. Well, not all day, maybe 4.5, 5 hours. And off a lather as well. So I didn't do it. I didn't do it the easy way. Someone told me lately I should be going to the gym more often. And I said I never was in the gym. And this is my outdoor gym. So I'm like Frank Sinatra. I'm doing it my way. Neighbours are back today. They were in Ackle since last Thursday. So I was over for half an hour early in the day. They weren't over there tonight then to walk the dog. But she'll be happy she won't be on her own tonight in the house. We had a few horses running today. Needless to say, we finished second a couple of times. And actually, it crossed my mind last night that we should split our stakes maybe for a couple of days and go win and finish second to see, rather than losing money. The first one off was, what was the first one today? Rainbow's Edge, 4:30. A bit of cat and mouse going on in the race, and it beat all she wanted to beat from behind, but she didn't beat the one that got the freebie up front at 50-1. She probably was thinking that one had come back to the field and that she'd roll it in, but we'll get her money back off that little horsey again. That was only her third lifetime run. We consider she beat horses way more experienced and way higher rated. Happy enough to have her on the bus. Call time, that was 11-2 last night. There would be a rule 4, but not too much. But the one that was pulled out, I thought that had pinged the lids then out of the gap, but no. I got a bit worried towards the off. Went from 11-8 out to 15-8, and the one that won it 7-2 to 15-8. You'd wonder at times, is there collusion going on, or is it rigged, or what the fuck is going on with it? But we were second and we went all over the track too. We finished up on the far side instead of coming up the rail. I have no idea what was going on. Same as the tactics in the 450 at Beverly. I thought that Palazzo Persico would be up at the pace, and 'twas settled way back today and ran on and got into a spot of bother. Out to 15-2. Back to the each way. Where did it come? Finished 4th. If they were paying 4, probably would have finished 5th. So we weren't going that great until Smooth Tom, and looked to be going to win very smoothly until the jockey, young Slattery, decided to fall asleep in the last 50 yards, and he nearly got nutted. I had the bus parked about 100 yards from the line, and he must hear me shouting through the loudspeaker on the bus, "What in Jesus are you at?" So he wised himself up and he held on by a neck. 6-1 was a great price in a 4-horse field, when you consider it was second last year and it was targeted for the race. So made a profit for the day. Pity one of the other ones didn't win, or the other one finished in the money. I've seen someone done an each way, a Cuban or an each way Yankee or something, but there was only 4, so there was no each way, 4 runners in one race, so there was no each way in that race. So when it wouldn't win, your bet was gone, goosed. Anyway, on to tomorrow. Beverly, bus horse, 2 miles 32 yards, good to Ferrum. Pfintsberg. This won for us during the Galway Goodwood week. We had it tipped up the time before, and it stayed on over 1 mile 6 in Wolverhampton to Liberated Lad. Former bus horse won us a few times, and that won that day. Kieran Fallon was on this that day. Derek Keenan takes over. So, Dara, if you're watching, Just watch this. Watch the way Kieran Fallon done it, and you replicate it
Back
tomorrow.
marker, that is Yards, who is chased along in rear, heading down the straight. Ironheart looking to lock horns with Pfintsberg. Wannabe a Wallaby is under pressure. So too Cloudy Rose, going into fifth now, is kissing in the back row, but still with 5 or 6 lengths to fight on the leader. Pfintsberg has emphatically ended the battle with Ironheart and has opened up by about 3, running down towards the 2. Wannabe a Wallaby staying on to the outside in third place, and then Cloudy Rose kissing in the back row, still with a lot to do, as the advantage continues to be with Pfintsberg running to the last furlong. He's up by about 5. Pfintsberg to Wannabe a Wallaby just going into second. Ironheart trying to hold on to that spot. They're playing only for places here because Pfintsberg has dictated, run right away with it, and Kieran Fallon can pull up close home. Pfintsberg wins hands down. Second place.
£6. He shouldn't be able to turn around the form. He's up against us again tomorrow. Wannabe a Wallaby. That old Pontelius, he'll probably come up, turn up at some point. I hope it's not tomorrow. He's coming down in the weights. He let us down one time in Kimpton, and then he screwed us in Kimpton. Where is he now? He's 66. He was, when he won at 79, he's getting well handicapped. He ran better on the turf the last time too. Hope he's not a danger to us tomorrow. I think that actually could. Is there betting without the favourite? You could see him finishing second tomorrow without Pfintsberg. 7-2. He might beat Wannabe a Wallaby, or if there was a match bet. Top 2 finish exactly second. That's what I was going to look at last night. Pfintsberg is 3-1 to finish exactly second. We could start a new trend. Anyway, hopefully he'll win tomorrow for us. We have a horse. Dundalk is on tomorrow. It's a sign of the winter when we see on a... What day tomorrow? Thursday, is it? It is. There's an interesting maiden tomorrow. I normally don't go near maidens, but we have a good strike rate lately, so hopefully it might continue tomorrow. Settlement is the top rated for Dermot Weld. It's rated 75. It was, if we look at it this way now, right? Oh, this isn't the selection. But when it was in Limerick, when it was third, the horse that was second was Monaster Boyce. The Monaster Boyce was second, right? Back here. Then it was third. Then it won in Killarney. Stepped up to a mile. But the horse that was fourth was a horse called Convincing for Joe Murphy. And that was gambled on from 33-1 into 5-1. And it traded odds on, I'd imagine, at the 2 furlong pole. It looked like it was going to collar Monaster Boyce, who went out in front, but he outstayed him. But he's bringing him up tomorrow from Upton in Cork. And I looked at the map there a while ago, and Upton to Dundalk is 362 kilometres. So that's a 724 kilometre round trip. Back and trip should suit him. We'll see him now. We'll get this lad on the bus, but he's not the selection either tomorrow. That's him coming on the outside.
Behind the other 3, racing to the final furlong and a half, and digging down to fight it out, are Convincing and Monaster Boyce, pushing aside Flying Bay and the Old Sea, clear from Noble Andy. Monaster Boyce on the inside is giving generously for Colin Keane, and has fought off all challenges going to the line. Monaster Boyce is no longer a maiden, pulls away at the death to beat Flying Bay, who wrestled back the second.
He actually didn't deserve to be finished fourth, but that was over a mile. So they're back tomorrow. It's an Apprentice maiden. But we're going for Cuban Confusion. He's drawn in trap 1. We backed him in Galway. And he was drawn low enough in Galway, wasn't he? But he missed the break. But he stayed on well to be second. He was in 5. But that lad has rode a couple. He rode a road race. I praised him after that. Where did we see? Where Galway? Where is Galway? It's in the west of Ireland. Someone smart would say. This is him here. Right, as we pick it up. He has missed the break now. He's a long way back. He gets
Head
into
of
trouble.
Louis'
Keep an
call
eye
as
on
the
him.
pair build up. A 3 lead over Avatar Jet disputing third place
Green
with
hat.
Sporting Silvermine ridden along. About to get a reminder, the latter followed by Perfect Judgment, an artful approach, and Uncle Albert and Cornhill Soldier on the inside. Louis' call wrestles back the lead on the turn into the straight from Stay Sound Susie, making headway
Still
round
in
the
bother
outside
here.
as Perfect Judgment, then Avatar Jet and Cornhill Soldier just met. A red light there and an artful approach as they turn into the straight, and Louis' call goes on by few lengths, hitting the hill. Artful approach down the outside of Perfect Judgment. They're followed by Stay Sound
Here he
Susie.
comes.
Wide of the leaders and running on is Cuban Confusion. Inside the final 100 yards, Louis call with artful approach, lunging in the centre. Cuban Confusion, the stand side. Artful approach wins it from Cuban Confusion. Louis call, Cornhill Soldier, Perfect Judgment.
It was one of the few hard luck stories that we had in Galway. But he's rated 75 now. He has experience over the surface. He was 3rd and 2nd. He was 3rd in a handicap of 68, and he was 2nd in a maiden. But he was drawn bad in when he went off 6-4 favourite. Why was he drawn that day? He's drawn 12. He's in a better position tomorrow. But the £7 could be valuable tomorrow that young jockey is claiming. So, I don't know, I can't think of his first name. He won for Fozzie Stack. What horse was it? Dynamic Force. He hasn't that many rides. So Convincing is drawn wide in 12. First time at the surface, and we're drawn inside. We need to break well and hopefully be able to outstay him. It's between the three of them. It's going to be a good race, but we'll go with that one. Now, seldom I go to the racing league. Nobody does have to do that. See our old buddy Alligator Alley. He's up £4, is it, for winning the last day? I'm taking a shot at. He was 7-1, looking for Lynda. It's rated 83 now. But it just appears to me that it's a plot job. It ran in this race last year. Windsor. Here we go. And it was rated 87. And it was drawn in 11. And it led all the way and it died. But it's only a 3-year-old at the time. So it's stronger horse, we'll say now. So if it gets out in front, hopefully it'll be hard pegged back. But at a 7-1 shot earlier, saying it to be an each way play. How do we check the prices now? 11-2, there's money for it. Just doesn't seem to be a stronger race as last year. Hopefully. Now we go to Tramore. Another horse that I had in me marked out last night and this morning. And there's money for it. It opened 10-1. Dark Note. I know somebody was going to say the value has gone. I picked it out last night. I didn't back it last night. But I don't believe in that crack at all. I do pick out, I just study a race, and whatever I think wins the race, I do back it. There's no point saying I never say, well, we'll back this one even though the other one will win. The one that I think will win the race, I do back. I'm old fashioned. I wouldn't be like the younger tipsters or that. This is my way of doing it. But there's a few reasons for it. It looks like I've been trained for the race. Keen Kirk is riding it, or Quirk, and he was riding it here. He was 8th in Punchestown. He was 2nd in Naas. He was 2nd to Samui in Listowel last year on it. He was 4th Mystical Power, and he won a maiden hurdle race on it. So he's a good. He was 2nd on it. He was 3rd to Samui in a maiden hurdle in Go, and he also won at the track here, 69, mile and a half last year. So he ran in Valantis' race in Galway. It wasn't off he aired. He drifted out in price. So it looks to me that he was targeted for this race. That's what was in my head. Now he did open up, as I said, 10 to 1. He's shorter now. He's into 100 to 30. But his selection in the race. It's a win bet now as opposed to a each way bet. I did Mertz at each way bet last night, 10 to 1. The same as looking for Lynda. I had 2 each ways and 2 winners. There's a big race in Deauville tomorrow. Oh yeah, Aidan O'Brien is sending over, but it's too short. I had him marked out as well at Butterfly Wings. That was eye-catching first time out in Leopardstown. And there's a good maiden in Tramore as well tomorrow evening, the last race of the day. Winter Fog, a 10-year-old. And Familiar Dreams, that was a big price buy there for the Gordon Elliott yard, and Happy Jackie. So it's going to be a good maiden that tomorrow. Aidan O'Brien sends one over, I said, over to the Unplaced, but there's a Group 2 in Deauville tomorrow. We see the return of Economics. Hasn't been seen since the Dante. They gave it a pass on the Epsom, and they decided to play it slow and target races towards the end of the year. How fit will it be tomorrow is anyone's guess. That doesn't know, that hasn't the inside track. I thought a bet in it, but I don't see it here, is betting without the favourite. There's only 7 declared. Is Almaqam. There's a decent horse, but I think the Step Up and Trip is going up 2 furlongs. But if you look the last day in St. James's Palace, it finished 6th, but it came from a long way back and it wasn't beaten all that far. And it's rated 112. You can see where the distance he came from at the back of the pack. That's him back here. What happened there?
Inside the 2, notable speed, pulled to the outside. Henry Longfellow having the first crack at Unquestionable. They've got a furlong and a half left to go, and taking over here, Henry Longfellow. Rousalian is in the clear, notable speed with plenty to do. Henry Longfellow chased all the way by Rousalian. Half a furlong left, Henry Longfellow the inside, Rousalian the outside. Rousalian takes the St. James's Palace under Sean Levy. Henry Longfellow.
He was chugging along nicely in the outside lane there. In the last 100 yards. Step Up and Trip tomorrow. If there's a without the bright picture for Andre Fab won a Group 2, probably that'd be, it's between the two of them. I'd imagine that both would beat JRB. This one well enough the last day in a Group 2. Lightly raced as well. I think the other one though, the Step Up and Trip, they're not bringing it over for nothing. They're not afraid to take on Economics, like. That was 4 to 5 favourites, so it's entitled to win it. Anyway, I'm rattling on a bit. Let's get this into the oven. Bash the bookies over and out.